Hey everybody, it's ALG, welcoming everyone back to Let's Play Suikoden 3. This video is actually kind of special because I got my pop filter for my microphone actually a few days ago, and this is going to be my first video where I'm officially going to test it out for commentary and see how it goes. It should increase the quality a little bit, but yeah, so far it's been doing good. I've been testing it over Skype calls and stuff like that, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So anyway, getting back to the game, sorry I kind of went off on a tangent there. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to go on from Hugo's chapter 3 and basically go into Chris's chapter 3. So, yes. And this will be the last chapter before the chapter 4, obviously. Now, the interesting part about chapter 4 is that you can basically select it from any flame, except Thomas's, of course. And it'll basically continue on with the game until chapter 5. And the game will let you know when chapter 5 is getting ready to happen. And yeah, in terms of bonus chapters, I will say this right now, that Kuroku, I think it was Kuroku, he actually has a bonus chapter as well as Thomas does. But, again, I've made videos where I asked you guys if you really want to see Kuroku's chapter. I will tell you that it really doesn't add to the story much at all. And, to be honest, it's almost not worth doing, and for the sake of the LP, I will probably not do Kuroku's chapter just for the sake of time. Even though it is a very short chapter, I just kind of want to get done with this game because I have a lot of other things I want to do and explore and upload and stuff like that. So, yes, that's basically what I'm going to be doing on that, and, yep, we should be fine. So, without further ado, let's not start on Jeto's chapter, obviously, but we shall go to Chris's chapter 3. Now, I must say, this chapter is actually going to be quite challenging. Normally, Chris does have the easier chapters, but for some reason, it just goes on a total, like, flip. And, yeah. But you guys will see what I'm talking about. Well, you're at Duck Village, so I don't think, you're heading the right way. And it doesn't look like he's guiding her correctly. Wait, guides? Hiring guides? INCEPTION. Oh. Well, apparently Nash is not very good at, guiding people to places. So, we gone from Chris's chapter 2... Nash secretly coming in through some secret passageway and pretty much stealing us off on this like semi-romantic journey of sorts, and now we're just kind of just stuck here lost. So yeah, this isn't like the first of Nash's shortcomings. He'll actually have quite a bit more pretty quick within the story. Yeah, his stats are kind of crap right now too, but yeah, you should be able... there is a Bujutsu teacher in the cavern that you should obviously go see, and I will be visiting him on a regular basis as well. Pretty much from now on, unless if it's very important, I'm going to be off-screening my character skill upgrades, mainly because, well, I think it's kind of redundant at this point, and you guys should be able to do it on your own if you're following along. I got a lot of... Oh my god, Mother Earths. Jeez. You got a lot of stuff here. Stuff that needs to be appraised. Alright. Let's see. Right now, you have a tutor here, and you can easily rearrange your runes if you want. What you can do right now is go ahead, just fill around with Chris's runes a bit, because she really doesn't have any elemental stuff yet at this point in the game, so feel free to go ahead slap a water skill rune on her. It's always good to have water, especially in this chapter where you're really going to need a bit of healing mages for some of the battles that happen. And as with Nash, I would just really focus more on making him more powerful and work on his defense a little, especially if you have him like me where he's just kind of on the weak side. Because I remember in chapter 2 he was dying like left and right, and he wasn't really all that powerful. Hey look, it's somebody familiar. His name is Fred. We haven't seen these guys since the beginning of the game, and they've pretty much been running around aimlessly. just like Maximilian did within the first 2 Suikodens. Except Maximilian seemed to arrive on the right times. Well, that's what she said. But, oh. Oh, hello. How you doing? And obviously, if you remember all the way back from Chris's Chapter 1, where she was wearing all of her armor, yeah, she technically did, but you're supposed to choose the first dialogue sequence. To try to protect your identity. Rico obviously remembers. Way to brush him off. I should be asking you the same question, Fred. Yeah, just lie to him. Weirdo. Oh man, that was funny. Okay, so yeah, we'll be seeing them later on. They'll pop up again for sure, and we'll be able to recruit them later on at that point. Okay, so you could do a few things here. Like I said, you could just go ahead, mess around with the tutor, get some items. Actually, I would recommend getting stocking up on some escape scrolls, because a lot of your leveling up will probably have to do with the optional bosses that I've showed you throughout the game, because you're going to be low on money throughout this chapter, so it's going to be good to get that extra potch that you could get from those battles, or just do the lottery trick, whatever floats your boat. Now, something here you have to keep in mind, if you already recruited Sane Y, or whatever her name was, she was the one standing here talking to a duck. If you already recruited her like I did, she's not going to be here, just to let you know. So I never really covered that. Usually if you can recruit certain characters across multiple chapters with different characters, if that makes any sense to you, if you recruit one with one character, it's not going to be in the other character's chapter, even though the other character, let's say you recruited with, we recruited him with Hugo, I believe. So, yes. Like I said, if you recruited with Hugo, when you play as Chris, and since you'll obviously be able to recruit her in this chapter, she will not be here, and she will actually be not playable as well. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that, but that's why it's really actually kind of a strategy to recruit the characters when you can in each individual chapter and try to balance it out between the 3 characters, or the 3 protagonists, if you will. That's always something to keep in mind. You obviously don't want to recruit all of the optional characters with one protagonist to not have enough characters to be able to choose from with the other protagonist, so that's where it kind of gets messy if you do it like that. So here we have 2 ducks in an argument. Thing about ducks in this game, they're basically all going to be like Sergeant Joe clones, just about. I think these 2 are a bit slower than Sergeant Joe, but that's only because, well, we've been playing with Sergeant Joe since the beginning, so he's obviously going to have higher stats, I would say. But yeah, ducks are usually slow. They're powerful, but they're slow. And they always, I think all of them sport axes as weapons. So ducks kind of use axes as the weapon of choice. I don't know if they're just regular axes or if they're called something special or whatnot. Because everything in Suikoden games seems to be named after like this old medieval type equipment that I usually don't know about. Yeah, so basically going on from that, we're supposed to locate the chief, and since every duck looks the same, we're pretty much going to have a hard time distinguishing. So basically what we have to do is look at everybody's asses and distinguish which ass is finer, which will basically determine who the clan or the chief clan is. Well, it turns out to be this guy over here, and his ass really doesn't look any different from anybody else's around here. I don't even know what to call a duck's ass. What, a rump or a... I don't know. Oh, nice pun there, Nash. Okay, so yeah. So that's kind of easy if you have a guide at bay. Again, you're just going to be wandering around aimlessly talking to everybody until you finally manage to hit that chief, so... There's nothing special about his tail feathers. It would have helped if they... or if the developers actually made him somewhat different from the rest of the ducks in the game, but there's nothing, like, distinguishable about him. Oh boy. 2,000 potch. You're not gonna make me pay for it, are you, Nash? Oh my god. Nash, I should just leave you, like, here. Oh my god, look at this guy! He's totally dissing... Okay, that was totally unfair. I think at this point, I think Chris would just, like, totally just leave Nash here and just go with the ducks. Seriously. Nash is just so useless. Alright, so Wilder and Rhett joined. Again, these are going to be a slow couple, if you will. And it's best to just spread them out within the columns. And, you know, nothing really special about these guys. They're just, well, average. They're just average, semi-average fighters. Definitely not Final Party worthy, though. But if you like duck characters, and if you want to have, like, all 3 ducks, I believe they have a unite attack with Sergeant Joe. Well, obviously they should, because, you know, all 3 of them are from this village. So, that'll be interesting to put up. I don't know. I'm not a really big user of unite attacks in this game. I really don't know why. I just rely more on runes in this game than in my previous games. Because I always used to use Valerita's and Anita's unite attack in Suikoden 2. I guess in Suikoden 1 I didn't rely on them that much either. But in this game it's kind of the same. I just don't really rely on unite attacks. And some of them are actually pretty cool to look at. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing like a montage of them, or... I don't know. It depends. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so 2 Calarian Urns and the rest of them are garbage. So... let's just go ahead and sell all of these off. Okay, so we got Mangosh. Ooh, we actually got a lot of valuables here. We gotta make sure that we equip them on the right people once we recruit them. Calarian Urns. That's alright. Alright, right now we have about 400,000 potch, a little over that. But that's gonna go very quickly. Rest assured. You will pretty much be broke by the end of this chapter. So... but that's okay, because eventually you'll find somebody with the Hat of Prosperity, I believe. And then once you be able to play Chapter 4, you'll be able to unite all 3 of those garments on one character, and you'll be able to potch grind like crazy. So that's always good. Since we got the Tunic of Prosperity anyway, which is obviously the hardest one to get out of that entire set. Alright, so I would just buy a few Sacrificial Jizos as well. Like always, before you go on to Chapter 4, at the end of each character's Chapter 3, you should put a Sacrificial Jizo on all of them. So Hugo, Jetto, and Chris, just remember to put a Sacrificial Jizo on them. And make sure that, well, they're not only leveled up, but their defense is good as well. Otherwise, well, I guess I'd be spoiling a little bit too much at this point, but it's always good to prepare, you know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what? Oh my god, I knew I forgot something. Yeah, buy like 3 escape scrolls. There you go. Okay. Now we're ready to go, and the escape scrolls will be there just in case if you decide to go up against an optional boss fight, just to get some money, which will be a viable option for you later on. Alright, so with that, we're going to be off. And from here, Tisha Village will be revealed to us. There we go. Also, what I plan to do is go ahead and fight against the Blue Mantrix right now. So I'm probably just going to skip the entire scene out, and I will see you at Mount Heitu. Or something like that. Alright guys, I figure I'd just go ahead and just skip to the end of the battle here. There we go! Alrighty. So basically, we're gonna be getting the same, pretty much the same amount of potch value. What is it, around 40,000 potch? Maybe that's a little bit too high. Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, that was a lot of potch. Okay, so, we got a Chaos Shield. That's really nice. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Gauntlet. That's kind of a low-level, accessory there. Alright, obviously we should throw out a major rune there. Yeah, we'll just get rid of this medicine, and... yeah, the rest of them are kind of useless. I was expecting a little bit more than this, but... whatever, it's worth a try. Alright, let's use an escape scroll and get out of here. My next plan is to go on ahead and just go to Lake Castle and swap some people out. So I will see you guys in a bit. Actually, no, scrap that. I'm gonna go to Tisha Village first and recruit Bards, and then I'll go back to the castle. There we go. We're at Tisha Village. Yeah, it's still after that incident that happened. Yeah, it was a pretty messy incident, but anyway, we shall be going on and going to see Bards, who will now be recruitable just as long as you have a Grape C. You can get a Grape C by going to, what was it, the trade shop in Vine del Zexe. But keep in mind that you cannot go through the middle of Brass Castle while in Chris's Chapter 3. Main reason, well, obvious reason why is because he ran away from it. So obviously you can't go inside of it. So you'll have to travel all the way around Brass Castle just to go to Vine del Zexe if you do not have the Grape C, which I did remember buying in the beginning of the game. I still should have it in my inventory, so we should be good once we talk to him right here. I like Bart. He's a pretty cool guy. He has a discount skill, which is really nice. But he's obviously going to be your castle farmer. With this guy, you could basically give him various seeds, and he'll be able to plant stuff for you. But that's really about it, though. Recommend Luca Castle. Hey, got any grapes? You just had to say that with two ducks sitting here. That's actually kind of funny. If you guys know what reference I'm talking about, then I'll give you a cookie or something. Basically, it involves a YouTube video about ducks and grapes and a lemonade stand. Except there's no lemonade stand here. Hey, got any grapes? Now you got a grape. Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of funny how you're just kind of like, I don't know about going to the castle. Dude, that sounds scrumptious. You're making me hungry right now, man. Really? Why does like half of the dialogue in Suikoden games have to be suggestive? Like every 5 minutes, there's always like a he said she said moment. Alright, so anyway, we got this guy, and he gestures to us randomly. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of a weird recruit. They just get more interesting as they come. With each and every new recruit, it just gets more strange and more awkward as you meet them. I don't know if you guys been noticing that, but yeah, it's been kind of weird with all of them. Anyway, what I'm probably going to do now is go back to Luca Castle and basically just swap all the necessary people into my party so we can go on ahead and recruit some more people, actually. Actually, maybe like 1 or 2 more people, so it shouldn't be that much, or that big of a deal, rather. I think. So, yeah, basically, I'll just go on ahead, cut to the castle, and I will see you guys there. Alright, hey guys, basically all I'm going to do here is, again, swap in my characters and basically modify their skills, which I really need to do, especially with Nash, because, well, these guys are kind of underleveled, kind of underskilled for what they are. I mean, haven't really had much time to do any fighting whatsoever so far, and it's already at the 20-minute mark. Okay, so you have quite a bit of people to choose from. You have the 2 ninjas, Ayami and Watari. Both are very good fighters. I, however, will be choosing Nei. Now, I never really explained how Nei can be extremely useful. I think I might have, but I've probably forgotten. So I will tell you guys again. Basically, with Nei, she has a certain spell called the Song of Madness. Now, if you get her Jongleur rune abilities up to like an A or something, and then just have chant volume up to max, basically what could happen is Song of Madness basically casts Berserk on everybody. It's 100% Berserk on everybody, which basically doubles the attack power of your melee fighters. I remember getting her up to the higher levels. She will be able to cast that about 3 times on your party, and if you already have some people with the not the Rage rune, but the Fury rune, and I got 2 of them in Hugo's Chapter 3, if you guys remember that. So if I have her in primarily Hugo's party, imagine what the 2 of the most powerful fighters of the game with the Fury rune on them, on top of the Song of Madness spell. That's basically triple the attack power that they're going to be given. And yeah, I know I'm making the characters broken, but you know, it's a definite possibility. I mean, Nei's not too bad of a fighter herself, just as long as you sharpen up her weapons and keep her higher leveled. You know, she's not that bad of a mage. She's actually a very well-rounded person, but she's more of like a green mage, like more of like a status effect mage than I'd say a white or a black mage. I mean, you can put other runes on her, but she's more about putting a little bit more spice into your battles, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously we're going to have Bartz here, who has the discount and randomly the bath stat. I don't know why he has the bath stat. And we'll just throw Watari in there just for shits and giggles. Ayami too. Now Ayami has something really interesting called the Shrike rune. And the Shrike rune is really powerful. If you remember any of the ninjas from any of the prior Suikoden games, some of them do have the Shrike runes that you can attach, and they make the ninjas insanely overpowered. So basically with that, I think I can bring my party like this. We have to go to Tilia Village, and but then we gotta fight that stupid golem, and we're kinda underleveled. I mean, some of us are anyway. Chris kinda is, Nash kinda is. And Nei is like, oh my god, underleveled. She's only level 15, but that's only because I didn't bring her in Chris's Chapter 2 to do that level up trick. So I kind of have to pay the price for that by leveling her up now, which I will probably end up doing off screen. So I think this will be the end of the episode. I'll call it off. This is ALG signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.